Today we are discussing an important topic, how dementia and Alzheimer's can complicate the process of establishing a power of attorney. Today we have Pete LoSavio, an expert in elder law and estate planning. Welcome.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Let's start with the basics. What are dementia and Alzheimer's, and how do they impact legal decisions?
Well, they are progressive illnesses that become worse over time, and they need to be addressed early because the longer you wait, the more the illness will cause people to lose their memory, their judgment, and their decision-making ability. So you need to act sooner rather than later.
That brings us to timing. Why is it so critical to act early when it comes to power of attorney?
Well, it's important to act quickly because you don't know how long the person is going to stay competent and willing to sign something. I mean, they be competent today, but not tomorrow. A lot of times people who have dementia or Alzheimer's will even go in and out of competency during the same day. They may be competent in the morning, but not in the afternoon. And if you wait too long and they lose competency, then it's not possible to get a valid power of attorney done. So while the person is competent, you need to be sure you can have them sign a comprehensive financial power of attorney and a comprehensive medical power of attorney with advanced medical directives and a living will.
So what happens if families delay setting up power of attorney if it's too late?
Well, you may end up in a very time-consuming and expensive legal process. You know, people always think that probate is expensive, but interdiction or guardianship goes on for as long as a person's alive. And every time that you need to have something done, you're going back to court as long as that person's alive. So it's a much longer and drawn-out proceeding. So you're paying for attorney fees, court costs, expert witnesses on an ongoing basis. And you can have a lot of disputes. You can have children competing to say, I'm going to be the person's guardian or not my brother. And you can end up with some family arguments, and it can be very contentious. So in order to maintain peace within the family, it's better for you to make the choice than to have the judge make the choice.
What are some of the key benefits of planning early for families dealing with these concerns?
Well, you avoid the cost and expense of having a legal proceeding, and you also avoid the emotional stress of having a legal proceeding. I think more importantly is you are making a choice about who your agent is, and it's not going to be left up to the court to have to make that decision, because the court may not choose the person that you would have chosen. They may take your least favorite child and make to your agent. So it's better for you to choose than for the court to choose.
How can an attorney like you assist families in this process?
We have drafted numerous powers of attorney, and based on our experience, we can guide them through the pitfalls that most people don't even think about. We do very comprehensive powers of attorney and medical powers of attorney and address issues that may be unique, but not to us. We're used to qualifying people for government benefits who have long-term illnesses. Sometimes those powers of attorney need to have special provisions in them to say open a bank account. And a person has a power of attorney that allows them to do a lot of things with a bank account, but doesn't allow them to open a new bank account. And you may have to open a new bank account because of some government regulations that say for the funds to be received, you have to have a new account. And having done this for a long period of time and had numerous cases, we just do very comprehensive planning with these powers of attorney. You know, we don't do a 2-page power of attorney. Our powers of attorney are more like 18 pages. But we do powers of attorney that not only are set up to manage assets, but also to be able to do planning to protect those assets. And that's the big difference.
Before we wrap up, what would you say to families that are unsure if now is the right time to take action?
Now is the time to take action because we don't know about the uncertainties and the unplanned events that happen in life. You know, it can be a car accident, it can be an unexpected illness like a sudden stroke, and you know, we don't plan for those things, and they're not within our control. So because we don't control everything, you need these documents in place when the unexpected happens, what's unplanned for. Otherwise, you end up in very costly legal proceedings or end up in a situation where you can't protect yourself. So our advice to our clients is always to have the legal documents in place to be able to protect yourself and your family and your assets.